integral 0 to infinity x e to the power of negative x dx. Well, there are two things I want you to look at it and figure out. One, write it as a limit. Second, how do you integrate this? X e to the power of negative x dx. Which of the integration techniques we developed so far will apply here? Well, think about it. First of all, integral 0 to infinity x e to the power of negative x dx, write it as a limit, is limit b approaches infinity, integral 0 to b of x e to the power of negative x dx. And we will use the table method. Is that right? We have done several of those earlier. So the table method, where u is our x and dv is e to the negative x dx. Is that right? So our u, dv, u is our x, dv is e to the power of negative x dx. And find the derivative of u continuously until you reach 0. Derivative of 1, x is 1. And integral of e to the negative x is negative e to the negative x. So I hope you remember, find the derivative of u continuously and find the integral of dv continuously. Alright, what will be the next step that you have? Derivative of 1 is 0, integral of negative e to the negative x will be, what's integral of negative e to the negative x? Is positive e to the negative x. So you have 0 e to the negative x. Now we stop there and we can now pick our answers by assigning these signs: positive, negative, positive. We don't need anything for the 0. So in that integral, the first term is, what's the first term? Negative x e to the negative x is the first term, minus e to the negative x is the second term. So we will have in here, limit b approaches infinity, the value of that integral is negative x e to the power of negative x, minus e to the power of negative x, limit from 0 to b. We can now apply that limit. Set x equal to b, the upper limit, then minus set x equal to 0. When x equal to b, you have negative b e to the power of negative b minus e to the power of negative b. This is for the upper limit. Then minus the lower limit. X equal to 0 gives you that 0 minus e to the power of 0. Okay, now tell me, we can factor out e to the power of negative b from here. So that will be limit b approaches infinity, e to the power of negative b comes out. You can actually take out a negative e to the power of negative b. A negative is common, e to the power of negative b comes out, leaving a b plus 1 here. And what is in here? That will be negative, negative, positive, e to the 0 is 1. Okay, what is limit b approaches infinity, e to the power of negative b? Well, that limit is 0. That will be 1 over e to the power of positive infinity. That will be 0. That will eliminate this term completely, leaving us simply the answer 1. So that will be 0 plus 1, which is 1. The value of this improper integral, integral 0 to infinity x e to the power of negative x dx, is 1, which means that it is a converging improper integral. Okay, another one.